I always thought that sisters were supposed to be close, you know? Have each other's back, talk about boys, and share secrets. Boy, was I wrong. My sister, Kathy, is a jealous psycho. If it wasn't for my boyfriend, Anthony… Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. If you want to know what happened, watch this video all the way till the end.
Hey, Hillary. I heard Anthony was gossiping about what a rotten girlfriend you are to Jake and his popular goons.
Anthony and I looked up from the television and stared at Kathy.
Are you going to tell her, Anthony? Or should I?
Kathy twirled her hair on her finger and smiled slyly.
Tell her what?
That you were kissing Dahlia. You know, the pretty red-headed cheerleader? Behind the bleachers during lunch.
I closed my eyes and tried to block out Kathy and her lies. She always does this when Anthony comes over. If I ignore her, hopefully she'll go away. But Kathy decided to sit between Anthony and I. I scooted across and turned to her and smiled. So, Kathy, how's Kirk, your crush? Is he still hanging out with Dahlia and Haley? Is he too busy with them to notice that you're alive? Kathy shot me an annoyed look before she got up from the sofa and went to her bedroom. I snuggled next to Anthony and we continued watching our movie. My sister is a selfish brat, and it's sad to say my parents are to blame. When Kathy was younger, she had a heart condition, which led to her having a dozen surgeries. Mom and Dad, even though they received a clean bill of health from the doctors for Kathy, still treat her like a China doll. She doesn't do any chores, she gets away with everything, and she gets anything she wants, including things that are mine. Can you believe it? I can't wait to be legally old enough so I can leave and never return. Later that evening, Anthony and I ordered a pizza. Even though I'm not fond of Kathy, I placed 3 slices of pizza on a plate and went to her bedroom. I asked her if she wanted a pizza and she said no. I turned around and went back to the TV room to sit with Anthony. About 5 minutes later, Kathy skipped into the room.
Hillary?
She asked sweetly.
Can I use your tablet, please?
I sighed heavily. Kathy, the last time you borrowed my tablet, you broke it. And then I had to save my allowance money to buy a new one.
I promise I'll be careful with it.
She smiled. Kathy, I said no. After my response, Kathy screeched so loudly, I thought all the windows in the house would shatter. As usual, when Kathy acts this way, my parents come from wherever they are to see why baby Kathy is so upset.
Kathy, honey, what's wrong?
Mom looked between Kathy and I. Kathy sniffled and wiped her eyes.
Hillary doesn't want to give me any pizza, and then Anthony told me if I wanted a slice, that I'd have to pay him for it.
What?
Anthony and I were shocked. Anthony never said that, and I offered you pizza and you said you didn't want any, I shouted.
Why are you shouting at Kathy, Hillary? I think it's time for Anthony to leave.
Dad looked at Anthony sternly. I'm sorry, Anthony. I'll see you at school tomorrow. I walked him to the door. As soon as the door closed, Dad looked at me.
I don't want to see you with that boy again.
But Dad, Anthony didn't do anything. I can date whoever I want. You can't stop me. Kathy's lying.
Go to your room now.
Dad yelled. I picked up the pizza box, which still had a few slices.
No, leave the pizza there and go to your room.
I threw the box on the sofa, went to my room, slammed the door, and locked it. The next day at school, I met Anthony by my locker where we meet every morning. I hugged him. I am so sorry about last night. I am so sick and tired of Kathy.
Hell, there must be something you can do, we can do to get her to stop. I'm sure we can both come up with a plan to prove to your parents that Kathy is playing both of them.
I'm not sure what else I can do. I've tried talking to them, but they don't care. Kathy is their miracle child and she can do no wrong.
What if we recorded her during an episode? Do you think that will work?
I actually tried this before. I had my tablet and I used Dad's camera. My parents were mad because I used the camera without asking first. According to Mom, Kathy was just expressing herself. It's always a lose-lose situation for me. And it's just so frustrating when you see someone's true colors and other people don't.
Don't worry, Hill. We will find a way.
Anthony squeezed my hand as we walked to the class. As I took notes for my first class, I couldn't believe how relaxed I felt. School was my safe haven. It was the place I could come to clear my head and be free from Kathy. I loved my parents, but I was beginning to resent them because they never stood up for me. Sometimes I feel as though I could just throw some clothes in a bag, run away, and never return. As any child, all I wanted was to be loved by my parents and get attention from them as Kathy does. That afternoon, when I got home, Mom and Dad were sitting in the living room waiting for me. I greeted them, and as I was about to walk off, Mom spoke.
Where are you going? Don't you have something to tell us?
Something like what?
I don't understand where we went wrong with you.
Dad rubbed his temples. What are you guys talking about?
How could you do this? You are so young and now you've thrown your whole life away. For some boy.
Mom shrieked. What boy? Mom got up and handed me her phone and pressed play. In the video, there stood me and Anthony in the hallway. What I said to Anthony made my jaw drop. Did the person in the video just say pregnant?
The person? Isn't that you in the video?
Yes, but I never told Anthony that I'm pregnant. That's not my voice. My face reddened and my eyes bulged as I knew Kathy was behind this. Kathy, I know you're behind this, I shouted as I stepped towards her room. Dad grabbed my hand.
The three of us are going to get to the bottom of this.
Dad dragged me to the car even though I begged and pleaded, and Mom just followed without saying a word. That was the most humiliating afternoon of my life. At the doctor's office, Dad insisted that he come into the room since he was the one paying the bill. After the checkup, the doctor told my parents that I wasn't pregnant and that I was still a virgin. By the time we left the doctor's office, I just had no more fight in me. Kathy greeted us by the door when we got home.
How was the doctor's office, Hillary?
I was still numbed by the humiliation that I had just faced. I didn't have the strength to respond.
Mom and Dad, I just wanted to let you know that Hillary didn't say that. It was a prank. After the pizza incident, I just wanted to get back at her. Oh.
Mom said.
Well, at least Hillary got a much-needed checkup out of it.
I felt drained and defeated. I shook my head, went to my bedroom, locked my door, and cried myself to sleep. The very next day, I decided enough was enough, and I began to plan my big escape. When my parents bought groceries, I walked till the others weren't home to hide a few canned items in a bag under my bed. I also took money from my parents. I kept my door locked at all times and kept my key on a chain around my neck. It took me a few weeks before I told Anthony my plan to run away. I planned to leave on Halloween night. By then, I should have everything that I need. I want you to come with me.
Hill, I can't just pick up and drop out of school and leave my family. There must be another way to get your parents to see Kathy for who she really is.
I thought you'd be happy for me. You're just like my parents. It's always about Kathy. I came to you because I thought you'd understand, but I was wrong. I can't do this anymore. We're through. I don't ever want to see you again. I walked away from Anthony and didn't look back. Finally, the day arrived and I was so ready to leave my family behind and start my new life. Every year for Halloween, our family puts up decorations the day of. Mom says she doesn't want to keep them up any longer than they need to be. As soon as Kathy and I got home from school, Mom asked us to get the decorations from the basement.
Dad will be home late, and I'm running to the store to pick up some candy for tonight.
Kathy loves Halloween, so getting her to help with the decorations is always easy. She ran to the basement and Mom told me goodbye. The door closed behind me as I walked down the basement steps.
Come on, Slowpoke. We've got to get these boxes out quickly,
Kathy said as she began to pile the boxes by the steps of the basement. I rolled my eyes and followed Kathy's lead. When we had all the boxes out, Kathy took one box up the basement steps and tried to open the door. She turned the knob, then shook the handle on the door. What's going on, Kathy?
The stupid door won't budge.
She pushed her shoulders against the door. Stop joking around, Kathy. This isn't funny.
Do you see me laughing? The door is stuck.
I ran up the stairs and tried the door. Kathy was right. It was stuck. We tried to push against the door, but our attempts were futile.
Mom! Mom!
Kathy slammed her hands against the door. Mom went to the grocery store. There's nothing we can do until she comes back.
Did you bring your phone?
No, I don't carry my phone everywhere, you know?
Just like you to never get anything right. If you had your phone, we could have called Mom. It's your fault we're locked in here.
I rolled my eyes. It's not like you brought your phone either. I walked down the steps and sat on the table in the corner of the room. I hope Mom will come back soon because I'm not sure how long I can survive being trapped here with Kathy.
See, this is why Mom and Dad don't love you. They can't depend on you to get anything right. And you know, one time, Anthony tried to kiss me. He made me promise not to say anything, but you're my sister, and I think you should know.
I closed my eyes and leaned my head back. I had to keep my cool. After today, I'd never have to be in the same room as Kathy. Annoyed that I wasn't saying anything, Kathy continued her hurtful remarks. She even pointed her finger in my face a few times. The only thing keeping me from knocking her out was knowing that I'd never have to put up with her again. When Kathy realized she wasn't getting the reaction from me that she wanted, she began to toss things from the shelves onto the floor.
Guess who won't be able to go out with her friends tonight? Because they'll be cleaning the basement for the rest of the night. I'll give you a hint. It's not me.
I'm not cleaning this up. Kathy laughed.
Who do you think Mom and Dad are going to believe? I'll tell them you got so angry with me that you began to throw things at me. I control Mom and Dad. They do what I say, when I say. And well, you are a nobody.
Don't worry, you'll have them all to yourself soon. The three of you can be a perfect family.
But then I'll have no one to torment. Imagine Mom and Dad treating me like a China doll when I've been playing on the schoolgirls' soccer team for the past 6 months. I know I can't tell Mom and Dad, or I'll lose my sick card.
The door opened. It was Anthony. I jumped off the table. What are you doing here?
I wanted to talk to you. I knocked, but no one answered. The windows were open, so I knew someone was home. When I realized the front door was open, I came and checked the house.
Who cares why he's here as long as I don't have to stay here 1 second longer with you?
She pushed past Anthony.
Now you can help your pathetic girlfriend clean this mess up.
Anthony walked down the stairs and stood in front of me.
You don't have to run away.
I've already made up my mind. Anthony extended his hand to me.
Trust me.
I took his hand and he led me up the stairs and into the kitchen. There, by the table, was Mom, Dad, and Kathy. Kathy didn't look too happy. In front of them was a laptop. Anthony turned to me. His eyes were red and he smiled sheepishly.
When you told me that you wanted to run away, I told Mom.
Anthony's mother was a psychologist. She called my parents and asked to meet with them. When Anthony's mom confronted them about Kathy, they didn't want to accept that they were a part of the problem in the way that Kathy acted. That's when his mom got permission to set up cameras in the basement. So you've been recording us all this time? Anthony nodded. Shortly after, our family began therapy. It was the silver lining after being in a dark tunnel for so long. Mom and Dad never apologized for what they did. They said it's all in the past and therapy meant we were moving forward. I saw minor changes at home, like Kathy now had chores to do and Mom and Dad ignored most of her tantrums. While their minor changes didn't make me run away then, as soon as I reached 18, I moved away from home and Anthony and I got an apartment together. Just because people are related to you doesn't mean you have to be close with them. Having a peace of mind is better than having a broken heart.